Welcome to Baltimore, Maryland, home of the top seed in the AFC.
Ready, one, take one, ready, five, take five.
All right, here we go. We're getting ready to go lights out. Let's have some fun tonight. That was worth the price of admission, everybody. Now let's win us a division tonight.
We figure that it takes almost 7 days to prepare for a game, so we gotta just cram that into 2 days. When a player comes into the locker room, I want that player just to go to the locker and just concentrate on the football game.
So what we're doing right now, we're just laying all the bags out in front of the lockers. KENICO is putting up the nameplates. We already unloaded 3 trucks. There's a lot that goes in, so I'm always on the edge, but I'm always on the edge no matter what. You know, there's a lot to remember, there's a lot of moving parts, so.
I basically go through the final check. It's just the inspection process. Like, if this is complete, I always start with top to bottom. Make sure everybody has the shoulder pad, helmets, they have gloves, they've got the jersey. If it's not on the pad, we go for the pants, the game socks. And then we make sure that they have their fleece and the cold weather rolls, and then shoes, and that they have right and left shoes. So yeah, you have to be prepared. That's why we carry so much equipment and we have so many different options for the guys.
Jackets, everything looks nice and pretty. You know, the only thing is we just wait for the players.
Here we are, Thursday night game. You can't open the stadium up when people are already in here. So that's why I like to get here early so I can find the problems instead of somebody else finding the problems and telling me.
Yeah, that's diesel. It might be filled to the top, and when he tilted them on the 45, probably leaked out. Hey, is anybody on service level? Let's go get some towels here so we don't take it out on the field.
I was taught way back in this business, it's management by walking around. You know, you always walk in the stadium. First thing I do is I go to our owner suite, you know, make sure that's okay.
The biggest thing I always check, and everybody laughs at me, but this is the most important thing in the whole suite, I do believe, is to check for the ice cream. We gotta make sure we have ice cream. I guess the old saying, if you come up here, then there's a problem. If you don't get a call up here, then everything's working okay.
I'll put on probably about 12, 15 miles on a day of a game.
Let's see where we're at right now. My heart's 109, so that's up 4,200. That's started at 8 o'clock in the morning. So we're moving.
My name's Jay O'Brien. I'm the Vice President of Broadcasting and Game Day Productions at the Ravens, and this is my 15th season with the team. I'm anxious about tonight, you know, the chance to win the division and celebrate that moment with 70,000 fans. But also, we have so many cool executions planned tonight. You know, we have team introductions with the lights off that we've rehearsed. Then we have this mixed reality Raven that we're debuting, first of its kind. We will take camera shots from throughout the stadium with 70,000 people in the stands. And then you will see an augmented reality Raven fly through the stadium as if it's real. We think it's gonna be an incredible moment. Steve and I were watching just the 16:9 screen for a couple of the rehearsals last night, and we were like, that is really cool. You know, Steve Groff, our director, he's been in the business a long time, and he says that you should always have butterflies on a game day before you're on, before you're live. And so I definitely didn't sleep well last night.
Before every game, we roll out all these introduction assets. Right now we're making sure that everything is talking the way it should. And tonight's kind of special too because we're going lights out for the introduction. So we got a lot of special lighting to light the set in a way that fans don't normally see it on game day. So tonight we're trying a brand new scheme where we're using a fog machine, a special fog machine, assisted with a cryojet.
CO2 test!
We don't want the fog to linger too long because it'll create a real smoky field and could delay the game, right? So we basically have a really special formulation where the fog comes out, it'll hang for 10, 15 seconds, and then as you can see, it's going to dissipate very quickly. We're going to shut it all down and put it all away and be ready for the actual introductions around 8:10 or so.
The number one thing you gotta do is make sure your wife's seat is perfect, ready to go. Every time I used to come up to see her during a game, I get a call, then I gotta go back downstairs. So these 2 seats, 14 and 15. She's been coming to every game since '96. Maybe when I get older and retire, I'll come to the game. So at least I'll have a seat.
this is a heating point. We always have the end blowers for the players and the heated benches, but we're adding these two radiant heats, so we just want to make sure that everybody's able to get heat. The league has rules as far as when they bring out the Gatorade car, it has to be at the 50, and this has to be at the 50, so I want to make sure that there's enough room for the players to run through, and safety is our number one thing, to make sure the players are safe.
You know, we've been doing it long enough where we know how to set the trunks up. Everything is laid out. Everything is drawn out, which trunk goes where, from the benches on. So each equipment trunk has its place. Each training trunk has its place, because we have to get your equipment that fast.
My name is Rich Tamayo, and I'm the Director of Guest Experience.
Welcome to work. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. How you doing? How are you doing?
Funny enough, I think we might be the only NFL team who does this. We go on a joyride in a golf cart.
We do this every single game day to welcome our staff. How are you, man? Good to see you. Welcome to work.
Always a pleasure.
How are we doing?
How are you, babe?
Good to see you. Good to see you.
How are you?
How are you, sir?
We're kind of the crazy department. We're the enthusiastic ones. We're always happy. We try to set the standard. If we can make one person's day by doing that, then we're just gonna keep doing it regardless of the weather and timing.
Gates don't open until 6:20, so we know a lot of people are actually coming from their original jobs. We know they've been up early, they're gonna get home late, but we want to know that we appreciate them being here on game day.
We're the only team in the NFL that does not have a large 10,000 square foot store. When the building was designed, there just wasn't really room for a store. So we have 17 locations and almost all of them are portable.
We get here about 4 hours before gates open, which is 2 hours before game time. So you have to think we have all that prep time as well as the 2 hours when fans start to trickle in.
We're only open 10 days a year, so we have 10 chances to get it right. We can only put out a limited amount of product, so we have to have the right product in the right location. Anything with Lamar Jackson, we're trying to get into our stores as quickly as possible. So if we win tonight's game, we'll be AFC North Division champions. So we're gonna pre-stage championship product in all of our locations. So if we win the game, we'll be able to get the product out and start selling it to fans as soon as the game is over.
And if the Jets win tonight, then you just pack this up?
We pack it all up, put it back in the warehouse, and hope it happens the next week.
Right now, this is just the normal pregame stuff that we do. We use a board for all of the coaches doing the adjustments during the game. You know, we embroider the hats, you know, for certain guys so we know. But if it's like the D-line sits here, he may have his helmet on the helmet warmer. And if he's sitting there with the hats, we have this Velcro. And then they can grab the hat and put it on and get going. So we just try to make it easy, convenient for the guys coming in and off. Right now, we're at least 3 hours from game time right now. By 8 o'clock, it's showtime at that point.
3 hours and 10 minutes. 17,713 steps. Yeah, I got ice cream. Got a little pep up. Everybody thinks it's cool, but I had to go get my Haagen-Dazs ice cream from Steve Sweet. A little tired, but we'll get through it. The adrenaline kicks in. You know, it's game day. And it's national television.
Patrick! It looks very much like the road to the Super Bowl in the AFC will run through this stadium, and tonight we could have the coronation of an MVP season for their quarterback, Lamar Jackson.
Let's go through the rundown. We have pregame warm-ups, completely normal. After Marching Ravens performance, we do countdown and intros, and then we immediately go to Day of Champions. You guys will remember it from last year, where we introduce all the high school state football champions. We're doing it pregame this time. Then we go lights out, we do our intro sequence, and then we're gonna trigger this augmented reality Raven that is awesome. Cool, all right, thanks guys.
David.
Time is now 6:15. My process, we're opening in 5 minutes. I walk the stations, make sure all the food is set, make sure I'm set with staff, to make sure that they know how the plate and the presentation is supposed to look. Garnish that with a little bit more cheese on top. I always brag when I meet other chefs and they would say, oh, my restaurant holds, 200 covers. I'm like, well, mine is 70,000, so can't top that. Our most popular thing here at the stadium is the Maryland crab cake. Per game, we're getting close to 700 or 800 pounds of crab meat. I have a team that all they do is crab cakes. It takes them 3 days to get it all done, get it all mixed, get it all scooped. And as a chef in this building, especially, I cannot share my recipe for these crab cakes. Who can say that they're a chef at a stadium for the Baltimore Ravens? An exec chef at that, like checking in on the suites right before push or right before gates, which is my kickoff, making sure food is set, locked and loaded. Every game we're preparing for, on average, 127 suites here at M&T Bank Stadium. New to the menu this year, flaming hot mac and cheese. Looks pretty cool. We open in a few, like 5 minutes. Get it in the bowl, get gloves on, get it in the bowl, and let's get rid of this. Look at the sea of fans coming in. That's the most exciting part to me.
The last time a team won a Super Bowl rushing more than them, you got to go back to 2005 when the Steelers did it. So it's obviously not something we see every day, but what do you guys think?
Absolutely think they can win a Super Bowl with this run first offense because of all the things that they have around him.
Thursday Night Football is different because it's a lot more media equipment, a lot more media personnel. So there's a whole lot more working parts and moving parts for set up for this game than a normal 1 o'clock Sunday. So once gates open, obviously all of our ushers, ticket takers, light security, all the screeners at the gates who will do all the guest screening and checks. Concession stands are starting obviously to ramp up now, and what we're doing here really is just making sure our cameras in the positions that we want them for the ingress, the traffic cameras on the outside traffic, and those guys are looking at any potential traffic issues to reroute folks if need be. The State Highway can change overhead message boards, but now it's time to put all those things into action and roll.
Around 90 minutes before kickoff, we do a 30-minute standstill performance outside of Camden Yards. The band adds so much to the game day experience. This is our 72nd season. We formed in 1947 as the Baltimore Colts Band. From there, we march down our Ravens walk. When we get to the underpass where most of the fans tend to be, we play our Seven Nation Army and Fight song, and we get everyone into the game day experience.
Over 60% of our fans who come to our game come down Ravens Walk. So they march down Ravens Walk, and then our fans will just file in behind them, and that's their signal to know it's time to get into the stadium. When you get to the end of the Ravens Walk and you cross over onto the plaza, we have our Johnny Unitas statue and Ray Lewis. And one of our best fan traditions over the years was before Ray's statue was up, everybody had to rub the shoe of Johnny Unitas. And if you look at it, the tip of the toe is a different color because everybody rubs the toe. So now what you see is people rub the toe and then they have to go over and give Ray a little love too. So it's a really cool Baltimore tradition that has become a superstition for a lot of our fans. You got to rub the shoe before you go in.
Talk to me, Jets 5-8, Baltimore Ravens on one of the greatest regular season streaks of the modern era and the greatest in Ravens history.
My name is Brandon Williams, and I am Poe, official mascot of the Baltimore Ravens. I always make sure that wherever I am on the field, I know even just one person's watching me, I gotta do the big walk. I gotta have arms swinging the whole time. I gotta have the big legs. Even just if I'm just going from point A to point B, because somebody's watching. The dances change, it seems like every 3 months, so I'm constantly having to learn these new dances. They lose their minds just for a simple dance like the floss. The kids see Poe do it and they go nuts. After 16 years, none of that is worn off on how amazing it is to be a part of game day, to be a part of just the 70,000 people and getting that ready, and just being a small part of getting them going and giving them that experience that is beyond just what goes on the field.
So we have our two Ravens here that we take to the field, and that's Rise and Conquer. The team contacted us about 11 years ago now and asked us if we had Ravens that we could use for mascots, and we said no, but I can get them. So we contacted another facility, called him and asked him for very specific traits in Ravens, and he picked out the 2 most perfect birds for us. So their training began immediately. So I made sure that they were used to lights turning on in the middle of the night. They were used to flashing lights, so they got very used to a disco ball and lights going on at 2 a.m. And I would turn on the radio, mostly 98 Rock, really loud, so that they were used to rock music and loud music, so that they didn't spook easily, because at the stadium we're hit with a number of stimulus from all different directions, all different varieties, and they had to ignore all of that.
You guys, coming into the season, we knew he was exciting, but we didn't know Lamar Jackson could be this dominant. And now the MVP frontrunner leads the hottest team in the NFL.
So we have about 30 minutes to kick right now. So now we're just doing radio checks, making sure we got communication down. Our marching band will perform to kind of start the 23-minute clock, and then we're ready to roll with the show.
It's almost game time. It's 20 minutes to kick off. I'm talking to the control room with my headset and the locker room with my earpiece, getting the players ready for starting intros. One of my game day rituals is I always wear my 2 Super Bowl rings so the players see them right before they walk out.
Yep, this is the last song. Go to countdown of intros.
Here go, Joe, and take a look.
And go PA.
Ravens fans, player introductions are 10 minutes away.
And send the cheerleaders.
Ready 3, take 3. Will be introduced from the Ravens
Ready
tunnel.
1, take 1. Ready 5, take 5.
We got into it a touch late, so we might be a touch late coming out. Send the first team.
2 minutes till the Jets, 2-minute warning.
Ilsa, what's going on here? Ilsa, what's going on?
Tonight, our Baltimore Ravens cheerleaders will welcome the Maryland public and private high school champion teams to the field.
And introduce color guard.
Please welcome representatives of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard.
Once those equipment trucks got out of the way, that was really nice.
Okay, we're at 13:30 on the clock, so we're 1 minute and 30 seconds from the Ravens leaving the locker room.
Introduce the visitors and send them. Go PA.
Now introducing the New York Jets.
I'm trying to drive the Bentley today. They got the lights and stuff right here. I'm trying to drive it up. Ooh.
Just got to plant the seed, let them know like they got to move that light out of the way.
Yeah.
You drive it out.
Yeah, that's a bet.
All right, here we go. We're getting ready to go lights out. Let's have some fun tonight. And ready, black in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take us to black.
Nice. And there goes the lights.
And the haze is aboard! The Baltimore Ravens are Super Bowl champions!
Baltimore!
All right, Patty, you have enough people to send?
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the Ravens!
All right, Patty, let me know when you're ready.
We're ready.
First line, PA.
Now introducing the starting offense.
And Hayden, send him.
Number 81, Hayden Hurst.
And change. Send him.
Ready 11.
Two-time Pro Bowler, running back, number 21, Mark Ingram.
Change. Send him.
Number 8, Lamar Jackson.
All right, we're 30 seconds to anthem, and lights back up in 3, 2, 1. Lights up. Good job, good job, good job, everybody.
Welcome to Thursday Night Football on Fox, presented by Bud Light Platinum. Welcome to Baltimore, Maryland, home of the top seed in the AFC playoff chase. The Baltimore Ravens at 11-2 taking on the New York Jets tonight, coming in at 5-8.
Anthem audio intro in 3, 2, 1. Go Anthem intro.
Singing our national anthem, written here in Baltimore. Please welcome back Michael Miller.
And go. He's got to move a little bit. Nah, he's fine actually. Great job, perfect timing. All right, take your flags down.
We have a coin, heads and tails. Tails is the ball. It is tails.
Yeah, we're ready. And go. Track bird. Woody, be ready with a kickoff song.
Find it, stop.
Hit it hard, E. Make their ears bleed. And kickoff, go, kickoff music.
They're on a 9-game winning streak. They are 11-2 for the first time in franchise history and the #1 seed in the AFC. Glad you're with us tonight on Fox.